What up YouTube, Flaherty here. I'm sorry I've been gone for 2 weeks. I've been having some issues with Google Plus right now, so I posted up that I was not going to be doing live or public hangouts on Google Plus for a week because like something happened and I don't want to really talk about it. It's kind of personal. But I'm back and I was hoping to do a video yesterday, but I got super lazy. And I was also watching my kid sister, and I didn't have time, and I was just then almost close to finishing Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex Jig 2. Still not done yet, but I'm trying to. But yeah, and I'm also taking care of my sister's Animal Crossing New Leaf. Is I'm playing that. I had one, I can't find it. But anyway, so I just looked up on the movie guide where we were talking about last time. I said I was going to do the Anthology Guide. Well, Anthology Guide has not come out yet. It will soon. That's like, I don't know when. But they say coming soon, but it was like months ago. So we're now back into the reviews from Anime Planet. And right now, I am going to be doing... Yeah. Oh, then I got cat here in my mouth. Sorry. We are going to be down doing, because I lost track where we were at, so I'm doing this alphabetically. We are now doing Glass Max, and I'm actually going to be doing 4 videos today, because I really effed up yesterday. So, yay! I probably should just do 6, because tomorrow I'm probably going to be busy. Oh well, who knows. So, let's get started. Today, we are now reviewing an anime I watched, and read there is a manga for this. I think I might have finished the manga. I can't recall. I don't actually know if this has an English dub version. It might. I don't know, but I couldn't find it. Now, this is ranked at number 434, so it's pretty popular in the tops. But we're like in the top 400 then. It's ranked 4 out of 5 stars. It was released around 2005 and ended the same year, about in spring. It's by TMS Entertainment, and I think the manga is pretty long, from what I recall, but in the anime they made it like 51 episodes. So now I'm reading you the summary here again, like usual, no spoiler warning, don't hate. But this is filled with drama, romance, shoujo, idols, and the work life, so it's really dramatic. Basically, we're following the story of this schoolgirl named Maya, Maya. Maya, I just like saying Maya. She is like a dreaming young little girl, not really little, I think she's like high school or college or something, she's really clumsy, but it's matched only by her like absent-mindedness, so she's pretty absent-minded, like I am. So while the other people have given up on her, there's this legendary actress, Tsukikage, who sees her hidden potential and offers to take Maya under her tutelage, or I guess in a way, under her wing. And Maya loves the theater more than anything, and as there's not much she can do about it at home, she chooses to run away with Tsukikage. The world of theater, now we all know the world of theater is sometimes, it looks really entertaining, but it's harsh. However, now especially for this girl who's naive, who's far away from home, that it is especially for her. Now, while she finds new friends who support her, her mentor has powerful enemies, and Maya is often on the receiving end of their ruthless plans. Now, in face of the adversity, Maya must constantly fight to develop her skills to catch up with her unbelievably talented rival Ayumi, if she hopes to inherit Tsukikage's legendary role, the Crimson Goddess, which Tsukikage did when she was, I think maybe younger, she acted in. Now again, I watched this about 6 times, and I got through all the series, and it's pretty, interesting. Now, 1,000 people watched this. I'm included in this. So, sorry, my nose. I'm just trying to get some stuffy. So, let's get started with some of the reviews. Okay. here we go. As I say, I read everybody's reviews, and I look at them and compare them to me. Now, I like long ones because they kind of give more detail. Now, the highest the reviews have given it is an 8 out of 10, and the lowest is like 5 or so out of 10. So let's start. I don't know. In terms, I did give it a full stars, 5 stars, but then now I go into my rating like deeper, and I kind of agree with this person. It kind of gets a 5 out of 10 because I'm not much of a drama person. I like not much drama or crazy misconceptions or something. So let's get started with this to 5 because I kind of agree with this person from what I'm looking at. Then they go into sections. Some of these people review and they don't go into sections, and I can't get into much detail. So here we go. So as I told you the story, now, so yeah, I'm trying to read off theirs because I kind of have the same sentence structure. Now, like I said, now the thing is, this surfacing of the manga, it surfaced. When did it surface? Somewhere, I can't remember the year, but it was like in the 70s. Which, again, like I told you, the manga was Glass Mask. Now this is like, it's a rare spectacle which presents the life and like the career for an actress. Or, in a way, I guess, of an actress here. Like, she rises up to fame from, like, her humble beginnings or something. I don't know about humble, but. And it is rare because, despite general ideas existing since time immemorial, there are a few writers who have dared to write a blossoming acting career, in such depth as this one had, as the writer, Suzue Miyuchi. And perhaps because of this, Glass Mask manga found a huge success in Japan during its run, and it spawned a couple of anime adaptations, like including this one, the circa of like 2005, and there was another one back some time, I can't remember, but it was much more dated animations. Now, as I told you, Glass Mask follows the acting life of Maya Kiyajima. I didn't tell you her last name, sorry. Who is, a prodigy discovered by a retired leading lady who immediately invites her into the acting troupe she just formed, with the eventual aim to fashion her into a specific role, and that role being the mysterious Scarlet Angel, or Scarlet Goddess, in a way, I guess. Now remember, since the theater area is harsh in this story, Maya will start to find out that it's a dog-eat-dog world, and that the wrong words at the wrong time can sway public opinions. That's why always be careful what you say, or be careful what you wish for at times. In an instant, so they can, like, one little word, and the public could either love her or hate her. Now, and in fact, Glass Mask really finds its feet when it comments on the idea of celebrities. On several occasions, we get it drummed into our heads that acting isn't just about individual talent, but about how the audience is affected, and about the power of media. Now, most of Maya's trials and tribulations come from external forces rather than her own internal conflicts, and there are still many. There will be still as she journeys through puberty. Remember, she's not that old, maybe like not even that older than me. With a number of different characters attempting to mold her future to their ways. Now, again, so look at it this way. On one hand, what we have is a social commentary on the theater industry. Unfortunately, on the other hand, though, we have a somewhat labored coming-of-age diatribe, coupled with a few hundred over-dramatized performances of some of the greatest literatures in the English language. For all its talk of how much acting is about getting the right expression in your voice and flourishing the right hand gestures, it's unthinkable that the creators would make such a heinous crime to literature as making up scenes, being now I like British literatures and all that. I kind of balked at the additional scenes they magicked into Little Woman and A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is one of my favorite literatures. And there were several times where their interpretations of important fictional characters were just too simplistic and verging on the side of being completely wrong. For a show that uses these as plot developers, it was downright weird and loony and just wrong. Now, on the romance side of things, it's also a historical throwback. The romantic link that Maya develops in the first handful of episodes isn't resolved, despite kind of being fairly obvious hints that would knock anyone out through their lack of stupidity or subtlety. Not bad. Until the final episode, at which point it takes on a distinctly spiritual, almost magical atmosphere that's some stretch from the actual bipolar situation. The ending itself, again, spoiler, is the hardest pill to, imagine it's like this pill, it's the hardest to swallow because it isn't really the ending. It's not an ending at all. It's the equivalent of, but that's another story. Another story? At the end of, that you read, like, Thomas the Tank Engine books, which suits, like, Pocket Kids books the size of your fist just fine, but doesn't exactly sit well after 51 minute episodes. 51, 20-something episodes. Yeah, it just doesn't work with me. So those are kind of the letdowns. Those are like the main letdowns, which will give this a 5. Now, animation, not a great deal to say about this point anyway, because it's pretty mediocre, but remember, we're back on the 2005 productions. It's not, like, eye-bleedingly good material. Character designs are pretty retro, weird word to use, but not in the good way, with Miss Tsukikage being the only character that stands out because she's meant to have a facial deformity. Everyone else... Sorry, my dog's talking because my parents, my mom and grandma are back. Again, now everyone else, including even Maya and her supposedly more attractive counterpart, Ayumi, they're pretty much being pulled from, like, a how-to guide on anime drawing characters. The landscapes are also pretty dull, including the sets, which you'd think would be, like, the first thing to be the main focus on for this series. That also focuses on the ability of plays to transport you to other worlds. It doesn't. Now, the sound. The opening song is laughably retro to match the anime style, and it kind of almost works. The voice actors, however, like, no offense, they fail to display any individuality. There was more than one occasion where I also felt the voice acting spoiled a well-worked scene due to lack of emotion and the emphasis on the right words. Considering how important the performances are to this series, I was kind of let down at how little of a performance I was given by the voice actors. And in character, perhaps, now, it could be kind of unfair to rebuff these characters for being cliched, because I'd imagine they weren't so stereotypical back then when they were created for the manga. But however, despite sitting through 51 episodes of the series, I failed to connect with any of the characters. Nothing. The creators seem to assume that we'll all root for Maya because she's the clumsy girl, the one who can't get anything right, plucked from obscurity into the limelight because of an amazing talent for remembering lines. Sure, we buy into this the first few times it's brought up, but after a while, the reputation wears you down a lot. Especially when Maya is so meek that she wavers every time she's met with adversity because or before, she overcomes her fears by putting more effort in. Her blind faith is sometimes entertaining, but aside from that, she's a naive little girl who doesn't ever seem to learn from her experiences. The other characters are pretty much anonymous. Only Hayami shines as the CEO of Daito Entertainment, who is now, he's like a multi-faced theater company that is at once Maya's greatest ally and greatest enemy. The internal interplay between Hayami and Maya is pretty much the only reason to watch the series, and unfortunately the roller coaster of emotions between these two is so hot-eyed. It's vomit, including Maya escalates between wanting to kiss him and wanting to kill him. When Hayami does his best to repel Maya at the same time as attempting to invite her in, this would work better if it wasn't so goddamn annoying all the time. They go back and forth, and I get annoyed that they're just not getting closer, they're going farther. Overall, Last Mask falls down where a number of similar shoujo titles fall down, believably. The biggest flaw comes from the fact that Maya takes nearly 50 episodes to work out who her secret admirer is, despite having some pretty good colossal hints along the way. I think Sailor Moon and her inability to see through Tuxedo Mask's paper-thin mask, you're pretty much there. No offense, Sailor Moon fans. It wouldn't be so bad, except for the fact that it's the only interesting part of the plot. The rest of the series seems content to wander from title to title in the literary canon, destroying all the classics as it goes, with additional characters thrown in just to make up the numbers. Don't get me wrong, there is definitely a good story somewhere in there. The problem lies mostly with the fact that the series never really knows what it's driving or where it's going, and usually ends up defaulting to its usual moral viewpoints. If you put enough effort in, you'll get everything you want. Such a simplistic philosophy just doesn't cut it when you consider the sheer insanity of the acting world. Couple this slightly dodgy get-out-of-jail clause with the yawning crawl of a 51-episode iceberg, and you'll soon be jumping for your copy of the far superior Skip Beat, which I will be reviewing later on. Trust me, if you guys haven't heard of Skip Beat or read it, you should read it because it's still updating. A lot. Someone comment down below what chapter we are on Skip Beat, because I haven't read it in a while and I want to read it. I'm kind of current, so that's the episode today for the Last Mask. But I'm going to read up on the next. So next episode, again, we will be talking about is one of my favorite yaois. So we're getting kind of into the yaois, and I might do a tour too because there's an OVA and the original. But the next few episodes, hold on, I gotta do something real fast. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, I need to get something. Nothing has started. Huh? You know that started. Yeah. let's just say something started that I didn't really want to start. Yay! Good thing I noticed it when while I was talking. So as I was saying, I will be doing next the 2 animes that are kind of the same, but so the other next few animes. So let's start with 10. The next 10 I will be doing. The next one I will be doing, since I told you, so these two want this next episode counting as 1 anime is total because it's the same. Gravitation. The next one, I don't know about these two because I don't really technically finish Raid yet. So, the next anime is one I kind of sort of finished. I don't know why I said I finished it. I haven't watched all of it yet. Bleep, bleep, bleep. The next few are the next 4 will be 2 episodes because there's a lot to talk about for these. But they're all kind of the same. So, we'll be doing Hakekatsuroku, Renmeiroku, Shinsen Gumi Kitan, and Seishonen. So those will be kind of to do those 2 episodes there. The next one's my personal favorite, Hanayori Dango, or Boys Over Flowers. And then there's Harengu, and then there's Hatenko Yugi, which is funny. And then my personal favorites, Hellsing, and then Hellsing Ultimate. Yay! One that was not technically my favorite, because it's not technically getting me anywhere, is Hiro no Kakera, the Tamayori Princess Saga. And then finally, one that I watched all the way through back in like middle school or high school is History's Strongest Disciple, Kenichi. So those will be the next 10 episodes you will be seeing me do. So that's it for this episode. It's your girl Flaherty here. She's out. Bye!